to the vlog. Today is Wednesday, July 24th. It's 11:12 a.m. and we're well into the day. I will say I forgot to set an alarm last night, and this morning I woke up like so peaceful and I was like, wow. So I set my alarm for 7:30, so I was like, wow, I really am just getting the hang of like waking up super early. I'm up before my alarm wasn't. It was 8:45, but whatever. My first call wasn't until 10:30, so sue me. I am trying to separate my days by project. I typically bucket things out anyway, like podcast work, client work, social media work, editorial work. And typically while I do a pretty good job of like separating those things, usually the day just turns into a clusterfuck of like having to juggle all of the above. I am getting better at least being like, okay, I'm gonna do TMV stuff in the morning, followed by XYZ, whatever, and just bucket them together. That way I don't have to flip my brain back and forth all the time. Doesn't always happen because obviously things come up, but we try our best. So what I'm gonna do right now is dive into client work. I have to go over some internal edits that they made and refresh that for them, and then I have to go on to phase 2 of the project that I'm working on with them and develop the language around that. And then this afternoon I'm gonna pitch, which we know I love so much. And we're gonna take a little breaky break and we're gonna drive to downtown. Getting to go to all of Ateliers. They invited me back. I'm always so happy when I get a DM from them. I will bring you along while I do that. Obviously I'm eating my favorite at-home salad. I think I filmed a recipe for this probably like 2 vlogs ago, but it's just this amazing ginger miso dressing that I got from Baked by Melissa. Honestly, I just have this like garden greens salad mix that I get from Sprouts, some grilled chicken that I meal prepped on Monday, some green beans. What are these? These aren't green beans. These are snap peas. That's what those are. And then some cilantro chopped. And then this is the key, guys. Some of this, scoop in this. This duo is just whoa. All right, we're about to head out to all of Ateliers. I just did a little quick change. I've had this blouse since like probably 2018. It's from Zara. It's one of those tops that I think is so chic and cute, but like also a little bit awkward. Sorry, ignore the garbage truck. So I never really wear it, but per my last vlog, we're trying to wear more office chic stuff. My battery is about to die, but let me show you really quick. Zara top from 100 years ago, Kai jeans, Ganni shoes, Prada bag. Let's get out of here. Air purifier, and it's really loud. I wanted to show you what I got from my little trek to all of Ateliers. They're always so generous and so nice, so very grateful for the goodies that I got. So first off, beautifully wrapped, I just got some dried lavender. This latest drop that they had, let me just tell you, obsessed. There's so many things that I just want for my apartment that either don't fit or are not in my price range at the moment, but we manifest. They had a lot of darker vessels in today that I was obsessed with. How cute this water jug is. I don't have one like this. I believe this one's from India. I don't know where she's gonna live yet, but she's so cute and I'm real obsessed with her. Look at this dish. Also, I believe from India, and it's the stone dish, super heavy, but it's waxed over in the front. Look how pretty flower is on the bottom. And I'm thinking of either putting this upstairs as like a little catch-all on my dresser. Maybe also this will go on the dining table. I don't know, you know I love a little centerpiece moment on my dining table. So, okay, I'm gonna take these clothes off because I'm so hot. It is 80 degrees. Why I wore a long sleeve, couldn't tell you. Love when you have no idea what you're gonna write about and then it just flows. I surely fucking do. I just finished writing my newsletter that's going out tomorrow morning before noon, which is exactly what I wanted. Sometimes I don't know how long it's gonna take me to write something. It could take me 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, which is pretty much what happened today. And then I try and step away from it for a little bit of time so that I could revisit it with fresh eyes and do like a full edit, step away, edit again, just so I'm not missing anything and I have a little bit of space from it, even if that space is literally what I just did, which was write it all out and then went upstairs, got dressed. I'm in sweats, but like did my skincare, put on a little bit of makeup, slicked my hair back, came back downstairs. And in that like 15 minutes of making my bed, all that bullshit, I was able to have fresh eyes and do my edit and put it into Substack. Now I just need to schedule it. I have to do my Pa Que Sepas section, which if you don't follow me on Substack, hi, hello, I have a newsletter called Irregardless. I send out a newsletter every 2 weeks. I do essays, interviews with awesome people. We talk about career, life, sentimental, fucking trash, all that fun stuff. And then at the end of my newsletter, I have a little section that I call Pa Que Sepas, which is just things or people that I think that you should know about, whether it's different brands or products or people who I think are killing it, or like routines and shit that I'm loving. Pa Que Sepas, you know? So I gotta do that. But yeah, I'm really excited about this one. The theme of this one is how working out helped me trust myself. And I talk about it in the podcast episode that came out the week of probably next week. So I think the 29th, that episode is gonna go live. So this newsletter is gonna come out a few days before, so it'll nicely marry the podcast. I do sometimes feel weird when I talk about something in my newsletter and then I reinforce it again on my podcast, or I talk about something in my podcast and then I write about it in my newsletter. But both of those mediums are really focused on what I'm currently unpacking and moving through. And so like I'm one human being, so I might not always have like multiple current things that I'm working through. And sometimes those are the things that like I really just want to write about because it flows out of me. Typically what I do, if you're interested, is I will take notes and do like some sort of outline. Today I took more notes than I would, for example, for an article for Architectural Digest that's like a home tour or whatever, because I have quotes and stuff to pull from. But for a Substack article that's just an essay coming from me, I definitely wanted to like get all my thoughts out on what it was that I wanted to be talking about. So I'll sort of like work through it in my notebook. So I knew I wanted to be talking about this idea of me working out consistently and what it's been proving to my subconscious about myself, and the bigger picture of how this is me really reinforcing this narrative that I trust myself, that I'm reliable, that I'm disciplined, which has had this massive snowball effect into my career, the way that I'm showing up for myself, the way that I'm showing up in my life, all those fun things. You'll just have to read the whole newsletter to hear more about it. But I just like mind dumped onto the page, and I think that helps for me like physically writing it down just to get it out there, not even like thinking about the flow. And then once all of my points are on paper, then I'll do like a little outline section where I will structure out like what I'm going to talk about in what order, just so that there's a little bit more of a consistent flow. And sometimes it definitely changes, of course, and things will get rearranged. I've talked about this before in a vlog, but usually the easiest thing for me to write is the end, where I don't actually write the end first, but in my notebook or outline, I'll make a note of an ending sentence or an ending theme that I know I want to culminate with, and then sometimes I'll work backwards. Or what I'll do is like sort of have the ending, then kind of decide what the beginning is, and then I'll sort of fill out the meat of the middle. It works a bunch of different ways. This one, for example, I woke up this morning and had a thought of a sentence that I wanted to start it with, like right when I was in bed at like 7:30 this morning. So I just wrote it down in my notes app and was like, that's funny, that's how I want to start this opener. I really like a cold open. I don't know if that's what it's called for writing, but I love just like a random one-liner. Like this one I wrote, bear with me as I sound like I've just achieved consciousness for the first time, but who the fuck knew working out consistently would actually make life better? Because it's true, like that's the actual thought I'm having, is obviously we all fucking knew, but like who the fuck knew? And like, yeah, it's giving first thought ever, but it's true. So I had that line in my brain this morning when I woke up. And then when I sat down, where I was like, okay, this can go so many different directions. I could really lean into shame and talking about growing up and the fucking shame spiral and all that, but I was like, ugh, that's heavy and like not really what I want this to be about. So even though I wrote out a little bit about shame, like I kind of pulled what it is that I thought was useful for the reader and useful just for the purpose of this essay for this. That's why this, having the written journal stuff, helps me structure this. So I started with that one line that I thought of this morning, then just fucking vomited out the themes that went along with that concept. And then through working that out, wrote something down that I was like, that's gonna be the last line of this. And then put the outline together and then just wrote the shit out. And honestly, I wrote it up in like 45 minutes. And it's a nice, probably like, how many words? Yeah, I got it to like 989 words, fucking go me. And I feel like it's a really fun essay. I'm happy with it. I think people are hopefully gonna get some use out of it. I obviously talk about best book ever, Atomic Habits, and I pulled a quote from it where he's talking about how your identity emerges out of your habits. And so that is also sort of the theme of this. And yeah, really happy with it. So I'm just gonna finish this little Baka section. I don't really know what I'm gonna put in that quite yet. And then I'm gonna schedule it and it'll go out tomorrow morning. Yay. Also, my 12:30 call got canceled, which, listen, I love when a call gets canceled. Truly, won't even lie to you. So thrilled about that. And now I can just keep flowing through some client work that I have to get done. And then what else do I gotta do? After that client work gets done, I gotta do a ton of fucking social media stuff. And then that should only, though, probably take like an hour, the social stuff. Ugh, I fucking hate doing social stuff like so much. Does anybody have any tips to making social media stuff more fun in terms of like the scheduling, the actual uploading? Like, I don't know why the thought and process of uploading something online, like I hate it. And I don't think it's coming from a place of like, what are people gonna react? What are the comments gonna be? Like, it's not that. It's just like, I fucking hate doing it. I hate it. I'm like, ugh, like it's always like pulling teeth for me to have to do that. So if you have any tips to make that less terrible, let me know. And then after that, I got to pitch. I've been putting that off this week and it's already Thursday and I need to do it. This might work. You're in my cabinet. Guess what I forgot I have to also do today? Film a podcast episode. So I'm just gonna fix a little bit of my makeup. I went at my skin the other day. You cannot tell on my forehead. So I just love putting concealer like right there. I feel like it really lifts my face. I've been getting these little bumps on my forehead everywhere. They never come to a head and they're just like the color of my skin. They're never red or anything and they really fucking piss me off. And I feel like the P50 toner that I've been using has been definitely helping for sure with overall texture. I think that toner is this one. This toner is like the best thing that you will ever use. It's harsh and intense. This is the newer version that's like a little bit less intense, more for sensitive skin. But I actually just ordered their OG 1970 formula. That's what I used to use back in the day when I lived in New York and I was intense and my skin had never fucking looked better. Granted, I was on birth control, so who the fuck knows? But that combination of P50 and then frankly Clear Stem products, oh, and I do use road glazing milk, but the rest is Clear Stem, has just transformed my skin completely. But I still have this little bit of texture on my forehead that's really hard to get rid of and I don't really know what else to do. Also, I don't know why I'm using this brush and not just like a wet beauty blender. I feel like I probably should have added a little bit of moisture back into my skin before just going in with more product, but such is life. Okay, what are we gonna do next? Okay, maybe we'll do a little bit more of this cream bronzer before setting. I don't really know if you can tell on camera, but this definitely just gives the skin like a nice healthy glow. And then I love putting this on my eyelids, a little bit on the chin. Guys, I have been baking lately. I don't know what to tell you, but I have been. I've been using this Real Techniques little poof that's a sponge on one side, but I like this side, as you can tell. And then my Laura Mercier translucent powder. After many years, I always just come back to this product. So what I do, I take on the sponge on the fabric-y poof side, and then I'll just tap off the excess and then just go right under my eye. I'm trying to see what I'm doing in here. And I don't rub, I just press. I'm not gonna bake too much. Oh, and then I just draw like a line right there under my cheekbone. I'm not gonna bake too much because it's fine. I don't need it to either last that long either. And then while that kind of does its thing, I just take a little bit on this brush from, it's a powder sculpt brush from Charlotte Tilbury. I don't even know when I got this. Take a little bit of powder, kind of put it in the cap, and then just go like this on my T-zone. I used to be so against powder. I was like, it's gonna make me look cakey and dry, but first of all, not if you have a good powder. And second of all, when you're on camera, especially if you got ring lights up in that bitch, you're gonna want a little something. Patrick Ta, these blushes are the fucking best. I love this one. It's called She's Baked. And this is also one of those cream products that sits really nicely on top of powder. So it doesn't even matter like what order you do it in. Typically I'll do like a little bit of this blush first and then I'll layer it over top again. This is also one of those colors that looks really nice. Just like a tiny bit on the eyelid. I'm just gonna do a little bit more mascara and then maybe some cream highlight and then lips and then maybe fix my hair a little bit and then we'll be good to rumble, good to go. For today's episode, we're gonna be doing a Q&A. So if you don't follow us over on Instagram, which is @ThoughtsMayVaryPod across
all social platforms. That's where we typically ask for, if you guys have any questions, we do a question box in the story, and then you guys can put your questions there, just because sometimes I get a bit lost in the DMs. This is my favorite cream highlighter. It's the Chanel, what is this? It's the transparent one. What is this called though? It's like a balm. I can't read the name, but it's just this little transparent balm, and honestly just looks like, not like sweat in the best way, honestly. I love that it is just like a gloss, or a balm, I guess, technically what it is, but doesn't have any color or any like glitter in it. I think it's so nice. Also, I love putting this on my eyelids when I have like a bronzy shade on. Granted, it does make your shadow crease, but can't always be winners, you know? For the lip combo of my motherfucking dreams that I've been obsessed with lately, this is the Makeup Forever lip pencil in the color Wherever Walnut. These are my favorite lip liners. Makeup Forever, chef's kiss. I swap between this one and then Anywhere Caffeine, I think that's what it's called, or something like that. This one, but I don't even know what the other one is. The caffeine one is a little bit more brown. This one's a little bit more of like a reddish nude. And then this Kylie Cosmetics Supple Kiss Lip Glaze. Listen, that bitch knows what the fuck she's doing, okay? That clothing line that she has, chef's kiss. These, so good, and I love the color. It's the color Rose Bloom, and I really like the consistency because it's not like a full lip gloss, and it's not like the Rhode Peptide Glaze that's like thick and weird. Perfect little combo. All right, I just realized I have 10 minutes until I have to be logged on to start recording, so let's pick up the face and line my lips. Oh my god, you know when you realize you've been hunched over? Ooh, the way that lining your lips just like does everything for the face. Oh, so yeah. We love her. There is just something about a slick back, hoops, a good beat, and you're in fucking sweatsuit. Like, really does it for me. All right, let's go film.
I had this growing up and I was obsessed. You put your little feet in and then you're a little mermaid because she's such a water baby.
I said this on my podcast this week, and I said it again in my newsletter, and I'm gonna say it to you again here. Bro, who the fuck knew working out made you feel so good? I mean, duh, like just a resounding duh for the room, please. But like, wow, have I been feeling so much better? Even just committing to the movement of like walking, going on the treadmill and doing an incline walk or whatever, and just getting myself out of my apartment in my workout clothes. And my God, does pre-workout really help me lock in. But like today, I'm about to get my period. I'm about to get my fucking period. I've been in the weirdest mood all day. Some weird fucking shit happened last night, and it just put me in a weird headspace. And then I had like a work call that also just put me in a weird headspace, and my mood was just like rapidly declining, and we were so also just like titties are out right now, lo siento, but like also I feel like I'm so conservative on here, so like we're fine. My mood was just like, and I was like, we're not gonna do that because we started off the day strong. This has been a great week. Next week I'm going to Miami, and then I'm going to the Bahamas with my family. Like, we got good shit coming up. There's a fucking Lionsgate portal next week. Like, we got good shit on the horizon. We're gonna keep up the pace. So I closed my computer at 4. I went down to the gym. I'm now back. It's 1:20. I mean, what? It's 5:20. And at first I was like, I'm just gonna walk on the treadmill and do some 12 through 30. Did that, and then was just like feeling good and feeling motivated. Mood was instantly lifted, and I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? Full lower body circuit training. Like, let's go. And we did that too, and I feel fantastic, and I'm proud of myself. And now I'm ready to have some great dinner, leftovers, duh. I'm gonna shower, and then I'm gonna dive back into work because like I set my own schedule. So I sometimes get out of my, like, I try and break my own habits sometimes, because as much as I try and stick to a regular work schedule within work hours, because that's just like best for my routine and for my brain, I also have to remind myself that I have flexibility. So like today, when I was like, okay, it hit 4 p.m. and I got off that call and was just like feeling so low and like not productive, I was like, it's a good thing that like I don't report to anyone, and I could just go to the gym right now and come back and then just work later tonight. So that's what's happening. God, I look tired. Fuck. Okay. Anyway, I ordered some stupid shit from Amazon. Let's see what I got. Wow, that is so anticlimactic. I thought these were so much fucking bigger. I'm gonna return these, but I wanted to order these envelopes because I have like so many pictures and mementos and stuff that are just like floating around in either boxes or like drawers. And same with my boyfriend, he just moved, and I noticed this when he moved. He had like so many like really meaningful things in a box or like in a fucking backpack in a random place. And I'm like, why don't we just like organize this stuff so that it doesn't get lost? I feel like growing up, I would always default to be like, oh, that's at my mom's house, that's at my mom's house. And then when I moved to New York, that's where I was like, okay, let me like clear my shit really out of my mom's house. But I really did that when I moved to LA, where I was like, okay, like we're creating a fucking life here. Let's get our shit out of our mom's house. So now like all the mementos, not all of them, like my mom still has my baby albums and stuff, but like I've built so many memories here and I have so many memories here. Why am I explaining this over envelopes? These are the wrong size, is what I'm trying to fucking get at. Now I'm cold and I want to shower and have dinner and then get going with the rest of my night. So ASM, thank you so much for watching today's vlog. I really appreciate every single one of you. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Let me know if you're gonna do anything fun for the Lionsgate portal. We are gonna be posting a bunch of fun new moon, full moon, Lionsgate portal. We always do new moon, full moon, but now with the portal, we post a bunch of different prompts and everything on our Thoughts May Vary Patreon page. So that's always in the description below. Definitely check out those prompts if you're into any of all manifesting stuff. And yeah, let me know how you like them. Okay. See you later.